Alright, if you can already juggle 3 balls, in this video, I'm going to show you how to juggle 4 balls. Now, I am really excited to show this to you because once you learn 4-ball juggling, it's kind of a gateway drug into being addicted to juggling. So if you could juggle 3 and you really want to learn 4 balls, once you get 4 and you really start practicing, getting good, and maybe even learning 5, there might be no turning back. So that's your only warning. If you decide to continue this video and learn 4 balls, that's on you. Anyways, let's get right into it.
And by the way, in case you don't already know me, my name is Fly Juggler Bennett Santor. I've been juggling for over a decade. I'm an international juggling champion. I've juggled 9 balls, and now I get to teach juggling to hundreds of thousands of people like you guys through my social media presence. Anyways, back to the video.
Okay, so there's 2 main ways to do the 4-ball juggling pattern. There's async and there's sync. And in this video, I'm gonna teach both of them as well as some other variations that you can learn at the end. And by the way, if you need a set of professional juggling balls, I offer some at flyjuggling.com. These are the ones I use. They're absolutely fantastic. So I recommend you check them out. I'll leave that link in the description. But anyways, first let's just talk about how 4 balls work. So all 4 balls is 2 in one hand on your right side while you're doing 2 in one hand on your left side. And then you put them together and you just get this, and none of the balls even cross. Now, you're probably used to all the balls crossing with 3 because every single ball had to cross, and that's true with the cascade pattern of any odd numbered juggling pattern. So 3 balls, 5 balls, 7 balls, up to infinity, all have to cross with the default pattern, and 4 balls, 6 balls, 8 balls, up to infinity, all do not cross in their default pattern. And the reason for that is because if you take 3 balls and you divide that by 2 hands, that's 1.5 balls per hand. So you can't split them evenly into each hand, and therefore you have to cross. But with 4 balls divided by 2 hands, you end up with 2 balls per hand, and that's an even whole number. So you could just juggle 2 balls in your right hand while you juggle 2 balls in your left hand. And if you do them at the same time, you end up with the 4-ball fountain. So how do we do the 4-ball fountain? Well, instead of picking up 4 balls, start by putting 2 of them away and just practicing with 2 balls. What you're gonna practice is literally just 2 in one hand. So you're gonna go the same way that you kind of did with 3, where you scoop your hand towards the inside. You're gonna do that, but you're now just gonna throw it to the same hand. So just start by going for 2 catches, like 1, 2, stop, and then slowly start to see if you can add in a 3rd catch, or a 4th catch, or if you can even just continue this pattern. Now there's 2 things that are crucial here. The first one is that everything is staying in the same plane. So I do not want to be throwing one in front of the other like this. It should not look like this. And the second thing is you really want to make sure it's not crossing the center of your body. So this would make juggling 4 balls very difficult. Because if both sides are crossing the center of my body, it's probably going to lead to a collision somewhere, like that. So sometimes I even tell people to practice by putting their hand where their nose is, because their nose will be the center of their body, sticking it out, and then practicing 2 in one hand to ensure that they're not crossing the center of their body. So practice all of that, the 2 in one hand, and then the 2 in one hand with the arm out, so you know for sure you aren't crossing the center of your body. And then practice the exact same thing on the left side of your body. So hand where my nose is, put it straight out, and juggle 2 in one hand on this side of my body. Now, once both sides actually feel comfortable, then you can go into 4 balls. So we're gonna start with async because I believe that's slightly easier, but you can also do it in sync, and we'll get to that in a second. But async will go right, left, right, left, right, left, whereas sync goes right and left at the same time. So to start practicing this, we're just gonna go for 4 catches. So we're gonna go right, left, stop. Right, left, stop. Which is just 2 in one hand throws from your right side, and then 2 in one hand throws from your left side. Once again, right, left, stop. And really try to not cross the center of your body. Then once that feels comfortable, you can go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. Or maybe even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stop. And slowly start to progress. Throw by throw, you're just trying to add in 1 more, until you get 8 catches. Once you get 8 catches, congratulations, you are now a qualified 4-ball juggler, but now we have to improve it a little bit. So just go for endurance runs once you get 8 catches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then just go for as long as you can. Okay, so you might need to spend a good amount of time practicing that, but once that feels comfortable, we can then practice the sync pattern. So again, sync is very similar to async. It's just that instead of going right, left like that, you're going right and left at the same time. So we're gonna progress the same way. So we'll start with right, left, so 4 catches. So 1, 2, stop. And then we try to go for a 3rd round of it. So 1, 2, 3, stop. And then a 4th round, 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. And then eventually you go for as many as you possibly can do. And you just go for endurance runs. And this is the sync version of 4-ball juggling. Now, once you get good at that, there's a little hack to be able to switch from sync to async easily without having to like slowly try to transition. And if you want to unlock instant access to the tutorial on how to get those switches really nice and quick, the exclusive tutorial for that will be in my online school community, which you will unlock instant access to if you join. It's also really helpful and it's the best form of coaching I can offer for you guys, so make sure to check that out. I'll leave it the first link in the description. Okay, but if all of that is solid, I'm gonna show you a couple variations of 4 balls that you can do. So the first variation is, instead of doing normal fountain, where you go from the inside to the outside of your body, you learn reverse fountain. So this is where you go from the outside to the inside of your body. Think of this as the same thing as the difference between cascade and reverse cascade with 3-ball juggling. Instead of normal fountain, it's now called reverse fountain. So the way you practice this is the exact same way you practice fountain. You go for 1, 2, stop, and then you go for 1, 2, 3, stop, and then you go for 1, 2, 3, 4, until you can just try to run this as long as possible. Now practice that, make sure you don't cross the center of your body, practice it on both sides and get comfortable with that. And once you do, there's different ways that you can put it together with 4 balls. So for example, if I'm doing sync, I can do both as normal fountain throws. But then I could do both as normal reverse fountain throws. And then I could do one side as a fountain and one side as a reverse fountain, and then switch. So it creates this sort of nice flowiness to the pattern that you don't really have with just normal inside throws like that. And of course you can also do it in async, but I actually think this variation looks better in sync. Now the next thing that you can do is something called columns. So instead of throwing the 2 in one hand in a circle, either from the inside to the outside or from the outside to the inside, you could throw them in 2 distinct columns like this. So again, just practice the 2 in one hand drill, just practice going right, left, right, left, right, left. And do not cross the center of your body. And once that feels comfortable, then do it with the other side of your body. So like this. And if you can do both, there's a lot of really cool variations you can do from there. Because if you do it synchronous, you can go like this, or you can go like this, or you can even go like this. Or you could do an async variation like this. So the first one is you're syncing the left side of your columns with the right side of your column. So I do 2 in one hand from this side, and then while I throw this outside ball on my right hand, I also throw it as the inside ball for my left hand. So I go boom. So in other words, boom, boom like this, but then I also throw the outside one like that. Now you can also sync the 2 inside throws. So I go inside with both and then outside with both. So like that, and then I go like that, and then I go like that. So that's how you do that one. If you do the columns all the way on the opposite side of your body, that's how you get this one. And then if you just do the columns asynchronous, you get this one. Now, the last one I'll show you is a little bit awkward, but it's called 4-ball Wimpies. And it's basically from synchronous 4-ball juggling. You throw each ball across your body. So this is technically a way to do 4-ball juggling where every throw crosses, but in theory, it shouldn't be possible if you're juggling everything in the same plane, because there would be a collision. So if I throw these and they're going to the exact same height, crossing the side of my body at the exact same time, they're just gonna collide. So the only way around that is to either throw them in different planes. So I don't know if you can see here, but one is going behind the other ball. Or you could try to throw them slightly different heights. So maybe you raise one hand higher and you try to go it like that, and you have the pattern. It's called 4x4x, but you can just call it Wimpies if you don't know what that means. So yeah, that's about everything that you need to know about 4 balls and all of the tricks that sort of come after right when you learn 4. So yeah, I really hope that helped you. And if you need more help, trust me, when I started juggling, I sucked, and having a coach was extremely helpful in learning. Like, I literally couldn't juggle 3 balls and I wanted to get better. And if I didn't have a coach, it would be a lot harder to improve. So if you're interested in that, I have an online school community that you can check out in the description. All of my tutorials are free and they can only take you so far, but in our community, we can get you to progress a lot faster with a lot less pain. So check that out, first link in the description. And I have a lot more videos coming out soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my new tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy juggling, peace.
I'm dropping K's on Fendi. You want to, you can't end me. Got an art cover, I'ma turn it to a widow. Riding with a thought in the back of the limo. Base his tall, yeah, fat like a kilo. A6 on you.